Hey there, welcome back to the Biofield Hacker channel. As always, before we dive in, just a quick note, I'm not a medical, psychological, legal, or financial expert, nor do I claim to be. Here's the thing, so many people ask me about energy and think it's a crock or think it's, just woo-woo. I was there. I call it my MBA brain, and then I was proved wrong. So it just takes everyone. But I wanted to talk a little bit about energy today for those of you who are kind of unfamiliar with the concepts. Have you ever had a moment where you just knew something before you knew how you knew it? Maybe you knew a car was going to be pulling in front of you before it happened. Maybe you felt like you should call someone, and then when you did, you found out they really needed you. Maybe you walked into a room that you weren't even in before, and you could feel like something had happened before you walked into it. Or maybe someone gave you a certain feeling, and you crossed the alley to avoid them, and you couldn't explain why. Here's a fundamental truth. Energy doesn't lie, and all of those are examples of energy. So the interesting thing is, whether you realize it or not, you're already reading universal energy every single day. You may not have a framework to understand what you're experiencing. Well, on a higher plane. Before we go any further, I want to be very clear. The way that I'm talking about this isn't something to accept or reject, but rather what I'm suggesting is a set of structured experiments in awareness, attention, and action. The goal is recognition and wisdom through experience. You don't analyze this. Just be open to running the experiment in your own life and observe what changes. Because from my perspective, everything should be experiential. Everything returns to observation, then wisdom from your own lived experience. So let me give you a couple examples using some of my favorite laws of energy. One universal energetic law is vibration. Everything vibrates at its own energetic frequency, including thoughts and emotions. So think about what happens when you listen to your favorite song. What happens to your energy? Does your body change? Do you feel lighter? Do you want to move? Are you happier? Now compare that to walking into a room right after the argument happened. Nobody has to explain anything. You can feel the heaviness. You can feel the difference. Or think about spending a day with someone who drains you. Your body knows. Your mind knows. All of this, they've muddied up your energy through quantum entanglement. Your energy knows. Your energetic body knows. The question is just, are you paying attention? Another universal law, energetic law, is alignment. Flow versus resistance. Flow is kind of like a gentle current toward our highest energies. Resistance, on the other hand, feels like struggling in choppy waters. Think about the moments when your next step feels super clear. There is minimal internal negotiation. You just know. That's flow. Now think about the opposite. Overthinking replaces movement. Delay despite knowing. Effort without momentum. It's a proverbial banging your head against a wall. That's resistance. So let's talk about a field hack that you can experiment with alignment. The next time resistance appears, I want you to pause and take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself internally, what's your next physical action? What should it be? Now, what I want you to do is pay really close attention to the first very subtle response before your mind kicks in, before your mind starts analyzing. And then take that action, the subtle one. And then I want you to observe it. Did the clarity increase after your action? Does momentum replace overthinking? Because this is the framework. Observe the energetic laws of alignment through your own real lived world experiences. Experiment with what resonates. Observe and analyze your results. Transmute the energy with intention. Curate your life, because awareness creates choice. choice directs energy, and energy shapes experience. That's just a really short snippet of some of my favorite energetic laws. And they're the foundation to my new class called Energetic Alchemy that'll be launching in the next couple weeks, where we explore my favorite universal energetic laws through real world experiences and practical experiments, just like the ones I just talked about, that you can run in your own life. If that resonates with you and you want to learn more, check for it, like I said, in the next week or two on biofieldhacker.io. So chew on it. Run the experiments we just talked about. See what your own experience reveals. And have fun with it. Because energy doesn't lie. Until next time, have a great day.